If you believe the economy has peaked, and I do, then you need to start making some decisions about how to arrange your portfolio as we head into 2019. Because it's not like a slowdown causes all stocks to get hit. There are some names that tend to perform very well in a weaker economy. The nice, consistent, secular growers that tend to make roughly the same amount of money in good and bad times. You want recession-proof stocks here, as I said at the top of the show. And it doesn't get more recession-proof than healthcare. So here's one that's worth circling back to. It's Masimo Corporation. It's a medical device maker that traffics in non-invasive patient monitoring technologies that can be hooked up to anyone who's committed to a hospital for an extended stay. Masimo is exactly the kind of stock that works when the broader market struggles, which is one reason why it's up 30% year to date. And that's just the latest move in a name that's nearly quadrupled over the past 5 years. So can this thing keep climbing? Let's take a closer look with Joe Chiani. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO of Masimo to get a better sense of how his company's doing and where it's headed. Mr. Chiani, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you.
Have a seat, Joe. First, congratulations on that unbelievable performance. You clearly offer products that are great help to patients that also are valuable to the purveyor, as you say in your conference call. Before we get started, I do want to ask you about something that I know is near and dear to a lot of our viewers, which is that you've been invited to the FDA Innovation Challenge, Devices to Prevent and Treat Opioid Use Disorder, which is obviously a raging epidemic in this country.
Yeah, we're very proud to be one of 8 companies out of over 250 applicants that got invited. We hope to have a solution for patients at home that are prescribed opioids.
Right.
And even those with illicit use, they can connect our device before they go to bed, after they've taken their opioid. And if something's gone wrong, hopefully they'll either be revived by our alarms, or a loved one or a caregiver, or even maybe the nearest police car with Narcan can be called and be dispatched to save that patient's life.
Well, this is amazing because otherwise these people could die.
Yes, last year we lost 72,000 people.
How many?
72,000 people in the U.S. because of opioid overdose, and 20,000 of them were prescribed opioids. One of them was this young guy, 21-year-old in Utah, 6'4" guy, healthy, goes in for a tonsillectomy, goes home with opioid for his pain. He takes half of it, goes to bed, doesn't wake up.
Why do we have these still?
It's awful. First of all,
oh my God, just talking about it says it all.
First of all, I think we unfortunately need to figure out how to get rid of so much use of opioids,
right,
both in treating pain as well as, of course, the illicit use of it. But there are proven technologies that can help people like they do in hospitals. This system we have here, it's called a patient safety net, along with either the tethered or untethered version of our product, has been used in Dartmouth-Hitchcock for now 10 years. They showed that no more dead in bed from opioid overdose, patients on opioids after surgery, and they saved $7 million a year. So you can save money and save lives.
Well, this is terrific. I mean, it does pale by comparison to a lot of other things just because what you're doing is so life-saving. But you've also put up some remarkable numbers simply by offering a much more proprietary, advanced product. Better mousetrap than everybody else, isn't it?
It's a wonderful business to be in. The more lives we save, the more eyesight we save, the more revenues goes up, the more profit goes up. Right. It's pretty nice.
Well, I mean, I think that a lot of people feel that these companies that they're expensive, but you had $164 million in free cash flow the first 9 months, which is really something to be proud of, right?
26% of our revenues are going right to our cash flow.
And why don't you talk a little bit about your partnership with PHG, because I thought that was significant.
Yeah, Philips is a wonderful company, been in this business for a long time. 50% of the market for the ICU or patient monitoring. But for years, we were locked in a patent dispute. We sued them for patent infringement. After successfully winning that, we reached a settlement to not only put the bygones be bygones, and we did get a nice settlement, but more importantly, we entered into a partnership where Philips is integrating our Rainbow technology, which is the ability to measure not just oxygen, but hemoglobin, carbon monoxide, methylene, 12 parameters non-invasively into their patient monitors, as well as some of the other nice things we have now, like brain function monitoring.
Right, I saw that you had that. What I thought was really interesting is, I had never thought about this, but you say there's great clutter.
Yes.
There's just, what, you mean normally we would have 4 different monitors? That's the way it is?
You would, but
well,
on top of it,
the whole place takes up by monitors.
Well, looks like you've been healthy. If you ever walk into an OR, an ICU, it is a mess. The patient's in the middle, wires hanging everywhere,
Right.
ventilators, infusion pumps, monitors, anesthesia machine. We're trying to get rid of that clutter.
Do you have it so that it doesn't beep for people who are really just trying to have a little peace?
Yes. Well, first of all, we invented measured through motion pulse oximetry. That means,
through motion.
yeah, that means our pulse oximeters will work even when the patient's shivering or moving. 80% of the alarms used to be false alarms due to motion. We cut that down by 95%.
Well, why isn't everyone using your stuff?
Well,
I mean, because it's a value proposition, too.
9 out of the top 10 hospitals in the U.S. are using it. We're now not only the clinical leader, but the market leader. But unfortunately, unlike the consumer world where you come up with a better mousetrap,
Right.
within a year or two, people switch. In our industry, it takes 15 to 20 years.
Well, that's just outrageous, kind of.
It is. It's hurting people's lives, and
Right.
it's hurting our economy because our technology has not only been able to show that improved life, but reduce costs.
I mean, it's incredibly bothersome when I hear that because we keep hearing about runaway healthcare, and I read about your stuff. You've been such a success. You made a lot of money for shareholders, but you can save the system a fortune.
Absolutely.
All right, let's leave it there. That's Joe Chiani, he's chairman and CEO of Masimo. You can see why this is a terrific stock. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Stick with Mad Money.